Okay. Hi, everyone. We're going live simultaneously on Insta as well as on YouTube. And we have friends on Zoom as well. And the topic is, are you a self-critic? And if you're a self-critic, why? Of course, there are pretty obvious reasons for being a self-critic. It begins with your growth. Essentially, criticism helps you grow. You remember when your mother or father told you that you haven't dressed up well, do your hair correctly, tie your hair properly, wear correct dresses, say this, say thank you, say goodbye, be polite. You didn't do this well, you didn't do that well. And we continue listening to those stories later in the education system. Then our peers, they tell us what's right, what's wrong, what's not good, what's not correct, what's not appropriate. We grow up listening to all these comments, and we're pretty sensitive even if we don't want to. Even if we pretend that nothing really affects, that they do affect. And we eventually learn to grow better and better as an individual, as a person. And this is one of the main reasons why we become self-critic, because after a while, nobody criticizes you as much as they used to when you were a child. And growth is necessary. In your subconscious mind, there is an association of growth with criticism, and you continue criticizing yourself because somewhere there is a deep subconscious belief that you need criticism for your growth. So when nobody does it, you start doing it to yourself. And of course, there are many reasons for self-criticism. I'm going to give you some of the reasons for self-criticism. And I'm also going to explain chakra point of view, multi-chakra point of view, how individually we have certain main reasons for being a self-critic. I would love to hear from you and from the audience on Insta as well as YouTube. Are you really a self-critic? Do you call yourself a self-critic? And what do you think as of now? What are your main reasons? First, add that before I give my version, because your version might get slightly dated. And I'm going to just give you some of the possibilities, right? One is one of the reasons for self-criticism is unrealistic expectations. It's become rampant and much more prominent than you can imagine nowadays, especially amongst youngsters and teenagers, having the kind of body shape which is unrealistic, having the kind of complexion which is unrealistic, watching on internet, watching other sites, which are not legal at times, you build expectations and you want to match your expectations with them, which is pretty unrealistic. And obviously, you cannot match that expectations, and hence, you start judging yourself, criticizing yourself, feeling small about yourself, and having larger than life goals and objectives to keep chasing throughout your life. This is a very common reason in today's world. Second is the desire for perfection. You've got to have some need for excellence, but there is a difference between excellence and perfection. Excellence is the desire to become better and better with every passing day, doing things in a better way, responding in a better way, and living life in a better way, and becoming slowly better and better to a point where you feel you are at your best. Perfection is like absolutely fault-free. Now, that is practically impossible target because we're all human and we are uh, prone to mistakes, and it's okay. Once in a while, you may make mistakes. However, there's so much of insistence on perfection that you almost always remain on high alert and want to make sure that you make no mistakes. And for that, you need to be constantly your own critic or keep inviting criticism from everyone, including judgments and adverse remarks, thinking that that will make you Miss Perfect or Mr. Perfect. These are all subconscious games, and you may or may not be aware. However, just listen to it and ask yourself, am I playing those games? Third is fear of failure. We think that by being a self-critic, we will avoid our failures. So to avoid failure, you start being a self-critic. And when you start being a self-critic, you feel small and low about yourself. That itself leads you towards poor performance anyway. So the objective with which you started criticism probably leads you towards something that you avoided. Next is comparison. You've been compared in the past. Your parents have compared you in the past. Say for that matter, see, look at your cousin. He stood first in the class. Look at you. You're nowhere to be seen. Look at your brother. He's so good at sports. Look at you, lazy bum, sitting on the couch doing nothing. Parents think that by comparing, they're doing good to you. And eventually, they don't realize that they are undermining your self-esteem. After a while, parents stop doing that, and you start doing it to yourself. You start comparing yourself with somebody whom you think is better, and compared to them, you start criticizing yourself. You don't even realize when you continue playing this game and start sabotaging yourself. Next is past experiences. Mainly, when you have seen others criticizing you, you better criticize yourself to avoid others criticizing you. Don't we stand in front of the mirror first and see how do I look so that nobody finds fault in the way I have dressed up. So I better be perfect. I better criticize myself before anybody else can do it. I will not give this power to others to criticize me. That's the kind of thought which leads to self-criticism. Do you do that? Let me know in the comment section. And finally, I won't say finally, it's one of those last few things would be the peer pressure. It's mainly in the teenage group where everyone criticizes everyone, and that becomes a way of life. And together as a group, you criticize somebody else, and then because you criticize others, you know you would be criticized. And if others don't, you start criticizing yourself. It is like law of karma. The experience that you give it to others, you invite for yourself. A lot of people who are very sensitive to criticism are the ones who are very high critics. And because they criticize, they almost always invite criticism, even though they are seemingly perfect all the time. And I would say one of the last is personal values and conditionings. What is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad, what is correct, what is incorrect. Who decides all this? Our ancestors decided, our seniors decided, our education system decided, but they may not be the ultimate truth. But we stick to those values, and based on those values, we start criticizing ourselves. And over and above, there are plenty of reasons why we criticize ourselves. Why am I selecting this topic? It's okay to criticize. There's nothing good, bad, nothing right, wrong. The effect is at times detrimental. Self-criticism doesn't let you move on and move forward. Self-criticism doesn't let you be out there and enjoy your life. Self-criticism doesn't give you the freedom and liberation that you deserve. Self-criticism undermines your self-esteem and also restricts your growth. And self-criticism invites criticism from others. If you do not want others to criticize you, stop criticizing yourself, because people don't treat you the way you treat them. People treat you the way you treat yourself. They watch you criticizing yourself and they add their own. So my strongest recommendation is catch yourself criticizing yourself and find better ways to do better in life, grow in life, perform in much more efficient way, and excel in life. Do not have to use the tool called criticism. You do not have to use the ladder called criticism to rise seemingly high, because these tools and ladders could be self-destructive eventually. Open up to the possibility of growing with self-appreciation. If you really want to do better, recognize 10 things that you do well every day. And when you do that, you will find yourself multiplying what you recognize. So eventually, if you recognize 5 things which are good in you, slowly you will have 20, 30, 40, 50 things good that you can recognize. And when you do that, eventually, you will find the list increasing. And when the list starts increasing, slowly you start improving, because your focus is now on what's good in you. So think of growing with self-appreciation. So this is my end of conversation from my end. We still have 15 minutes, and I would be happy to give you personalized recommendations based on chakra guidance. Today, I'm going to take the comments from the comment section on first come, first basis. So here we go on the Zoom comment section. Right. All right, I'll go with so here is Bhavani saying, I am a biggest self-critic and wish to know the reason. Okay, so this is the reading for Bhavani. Bhavani, your reading is HR11, right respect chakra. Probably in the past, you did not get the respect that you thought you deserved. And that's one of the reasons you unknowingly criticize yourself so that you become better and more respectable. However, by criticizing yourself, you're not respecting yourself fully. And when you do not, who else would? So start respecting yourself if you wish to have respect restored. And if you wish to make sure that others never disrespect, start respecting yourself. And I remain also open to my Insta audience in case they need a reading. All right. Right now, no. Okay, fine. Here I've always looking for improving my physical appearance, and often feel it is not enough. I do love myself, but still haven't reached where I fully acknowledge myself. Awesome. Okay, so here's a reading for Shaista. So my question is, how can Shaista appreciate herself much more? Right yin yang chakra, Shaista. Basically, when this one comes, PR1, right yin yang chakra, start adulating the woman in you before anybody else can do that. Respect the woman in you. If you have certain beliefs, conditionings, and prior beliefs about what is it to be a woman and what is it to be a perfect woman, drop all of them, irrespective of your ability to match your own beliefs and criteria. Start respecting. And as you start respecting, if you start adulating the feminine in you, you'll have a lot of people adulating the feminine in you, and that will have a multiplying effect on you. Shall I try it out? Okay. Next is Kathy. I feel lack of confidence, and yeah. So this is the reading for Kathy. Kathy, it is VT7, approachability chakra. It has something to do with your difficulty in being approachable. Somewhere you wouldn't want to be. I don't know, it's something to do with the approachability. Can you come online and speak to me? Does that resonate, Kathy? Would you like to just talk about it? How's approachability?
I'm not able to understand that approachability.
Sorry?
Still, I'm not resonating with your reading. Because I'm not understand what is approachability. In which sense?
And if you stop criticizing yourself?
Okay. Can you give me a little bit more guidance?
If you become Miss Perfect or Miss Excellent, what would happen? What do you see? If there's nothing to be criticized, you're just perfect. What would happen, Kathy?
I feel happy.
You'll feel happy. Okay, let me just take another reference. Right liberal approach chakra. Okay, this requires a little deeper probing, Kathy. I think what I suggest is go to www.isolvelife.com and just ping the therapist, because it will be too open to interrogate or question on this in the open platform. Okay, so meet the therapist and just check it out. How do you relate to this? Because there would be something deeper story. Yeah, we'll figure that out later. Okay, thank you. Okay, we can now check Aparna. So Aparna says, my version of criticism is that I procrastinate. There is a fear to do my best. So when Aparna says this, do you have fear of doing your best or not doing your best, Aparna?
Not doing the best.
Not doing the best. What would happen if you don't do your best?
That's what would happen. Because I don't know if I have the bar set for myself. So it's a little scary.
What's the worst scenario that you're scared of?
That I'm not living up to my full potential.
There seems to be, because it's a PR3 chakra, that as a reading I'm getting.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere there's been an inner child or some very unpleasant story that has happened in the past for not being your best.
Oh, okay.
You've got to heal. You wouldn't like to repeat that, and that's why, the current scenario.
So past could mean anything, right? It may not be. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So heal your past. As I said, free guidance is available on isolvelife.com. And just initiate the chat. Radical practitioners are available to guide you
Yeah,
further,
yeah.
right?
I'm in level 2, ma'am, so I'll reach out to my
So
mentor.
you're aware. Okay, fine. Or you connect with your mentor if you're
Yes,
already in. Yeah,
I'm gonna do that. Thank you
that's
so much, ma'am.
most welcome. Most welcome. All right. And if there is any other request, the topic for today is self-criticism. So if anybody has a tendency to criticize themselves, feel free to seek chakra reading and guidance on how to stop criticizing yourself. People on Insta who have joined later, or even people on Zoom and YouTube, if you've joined later, this video will be available on YouTube as well as Insta a little later. And you'll be able to understand the reasons for self-criticism and apply them to improve your life. Multi-chakra guidance is one of the best ways to understand deeper stories of your subconscious mind in a very precise manner. And you can certainly take the clue and work on yourself. The idea is to enhance yourself, your performance through self-appreciation and not through self-criticism. That makes a huge difference because your approach becomes very positive towards yourself. All right. Self-criticism. So Dr. Pooja here says self-criticism gets me into self-pity often. Can I get the reading, please? Yes, sure. Hi, Shraddha. I will give you the reading in a while. So this is for Dr. Pooja. And this time, I'm just taking a generalized reading and a not specific reading for Dr. Pooja. Let's see what comes. Left initiative chakra. Pooja, when this comes, left initiative chakra, PL34, we don't know that you're not taking initiative because you're being a highest critic or you're using self-criticism to avoid putting your best foot forward to contribute in life. A lot of time when we are scared of recognition, popularity, and success, we avoid contributing to our best, and to avoid contributing to our best in a best possible way, we often keep criticizing ourselves and keep telling ourselves, I'm yet not there. I'm not educated enough. I'm not looking good enough. I'm not talking just about Pooja. This is for everyone. Because several times we're more scared of success than failure. There are more people who are scared of success than people who are scared of failure. There are more people who are scared of popularity than being unknown. It's much easier to be unknown because it's known, comfortable place. When you are recognized, when you're in limelight, it gets more difficult. And especially, how popular people get trolled and sometimes sabotaged and attacked. So even if you want popularity, you often subconsciously prevent yourself. And now to prevent the popularity, what you do is you easily stop contributing, and it's a very subconscious game. You don't even know. And the best way to stop contributing, in spite of having it all with you and within you, you start underestimating yourself, saying that, hey, I'm not yet there. A lot of healers think that I should do next course. And when I do extra courses, I'll be good enough. And then I will start helping others. A lot of people feel that I need to have more skills before I start going out there in the public, but these are all excuses. Start contributing, open up, take initiatives to contribute, and you don't have to be perfect. Perfection may or may not come, but excellence comes as you practice more and more. Continue giving. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Shraddha, I guess you need reading. If yes, then just leave a request here. I'll be happy to give you the reading as well. Here we have Sushma, the last reading. It is 11:28. If something is missing, do join tomorrow and we will work with it. So this is for Sushma. So why is she being a self-critic? That's a question. Right, Mercy Chakra, AR-15. Sushma, if this chakra has come your way, probably you've suffered a lot and you felt troubled and tortured, mainly troubled by people around. And sometimes you think that perhaps you're not enough and that's why you're being troubled. So trying to be enough, trying to be better, trying to be more powerful, trying to be more strong, you are being your own critic. The way to go about it is start forgiving yourself, not by criticizing, but by forgiving yourself. You'll be able to ease your karmas and reduce the suffering from others. Want to know more? If you haven't, just do karma clearance course with us and or seek guidance from the mentors. It's available free of cost. And here, I think I'll just honor the last, since we have 1 minute.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Does that resonate, Bibi?
Yes, very much.
Yeah, okay. Okay, do karma clearance, and if you've already done, repeat once more. And
Sure.
final one would be for Shraddha from Instagram. So why is Shraddha being critical? And the chakra for Shraddha is right harmony chakra. This is simply to avoid struggles because probably you faced a lot of struggles and you feel that if you do not make mistakes, there won't be much struggles. However, being critical itself can bring in a lot of struggles because now you want to be perfect to avoid struggles. Perfection and desire for perfection itself can become a big struggle. Should that drop all that games? Okay, be at peace with yourself if you want to experience peace in outer world. Because whatever you want to see outside, start doing that within you. So bring about peace and harmony within, and you'll find things around you easing out, the struggles of life easing out, and relationships also easing out. And you'll easily get what you really wish. Simply intend and get. Don't make life so difficult, especially getting appreciation. Start appreciating yourself. And make appreciation a way of growing well in life. Thank you, Shraddha, for asking this. And thank you, everyone, for being here. We'll meet again tomorrow for another such session. And I will let you know the topic very soon. Thank you and bye-bye.